it's Chelle. Welcome to my channel. Today I just wanted to talk about something really quickly because I saw this video and I commented on it because it really pissed me off that this guy thought that he was like hot shit trying to insult people. And I don't know what it is. It's like I feel it's just because I'm like a very open-minded person and I don't necessarily judge people and the choices that they choose to make and stuff like that. It personally annoys me when people feel like it's right for them to judge others without necessarily knowing them. So without jack, I'll just jump right into the video. Okay, so there's this guy on YouTube that is clearly gay because he's like into fashion and he's just gay. He said it himself. And I have a love-hate relationship with him because I like him because he's honest and he's brutal and he says what he has to say, and he's unapologetic. But then sometimes I dislike him because he comes across very petty and I feel like he says things that sometimes just doesn't necessarily need to be said. And in this video in particular, he was slamming people that purchase replicas. Now, as I always say on this channel is to keep it real. I have no problem telling you guys anything. And I am an avid, well, not an avid buyer, but I'm a replica buyer. Just because at the end of the day, I feel like it depends on what I need the bag or the item for. I'm not going to shell out hundreds to $1,000 on a bag, you know what I'm saying? Especially at this point in my life where I could use that money to do so much other things. It wouldn't make sense for me to buy a bag that's, you know, that I didn't really need for over like $1,000 if I can find something that's cheaper that looks just like it and does the exact same thing this one does. There are so many people I know that are rich, has money out the ass, and they're still buying knockoffs. Why? Because that's how they save their money and that's how they are able to take trips and invest their money and do better things. His whole point in this video was people that buy replicas, he does not know how they can function, how they can feel sane about the purchase, and it's like, it's really not that hard. The same way you can go into a store and spend up to $10,000 plus on a purse and feel nothing and feel no sort of guilt about it, is the same way that somebody could buy a knockoff and not feel any guilt, because at the end of the day, if anything, they're feeling happy because they're saving them a sweet chunk of money and they're having the same look. So I commented and I said, you know what? Not everyone was born with a gold spoon in their mouth and they could, you know, they're able to afford ridiculous purchases on a daily basis. Like, some of us have to work very hard for our money, and at the end of the day, it's wrong for you to tell me or anybody else how to spend their money. If buying a replica is something they want to buy, let them go ahead and do it. I know there's so many YouTubers out there that's in the luxury handbag community that has said before, I know at least of 2 of them, not a lot, but at least 2 of them, that has said that they own obviously both authentic and they have bought replicas and they see no real difference between them. They only buy the authentic because, you know, it's a piece that they really want in an authentic form. Other than that, they have no problem buying a replica. And I just feel like the problem I have with people that buy replicas is if you're buying a replica and you're trying to pass it off as it's real, that's my problem. Don't go out here lying to people like you got a real fucking bag and you don't. If you don't have a real bag and you're trying to pass your replica off as, you know, a real purse, I think that is what will annoy me. And, you know, that's where I would kind of be like, girl, come on, you know that's not real. Stop playing with your soul. But, you know, like, if you're clearly telling people, I have no problem telling somebody if I'm wearing a replica and somebody likes it and they're like, oh my god, that's so cute, where'd you get it from? And I'm just like, oh, I got it here, you know, wherever I got it from that, you know, sold the replica. I'm not gonna sit there and say, oh yeah, I got it from Coach, or oh, I got it from Michael Kors, if it's not, you know, a Michael Kors or a Coach item. I have a Coach crossbody that I bought in Chinatown because I was looking for a crossbody and the shape that I needed it to be in for what I wanted to use it for, I couldn't find that shape in the authentics nowhere. Like, seriously, I couldn't find it anywhere. It wasn't the exact color that I wanted. It was like it's a light baby pink, something like that's on my lips right now. But I bought it anyways because I'm like, it has the shape that I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? Like, people buy replicas for different reasons. And especially if you know, like, your job isn't a glamorous one and you're throwing your bag here and you're throwing it there and you're trying to fit it into lockers. Like, I had to go ahead and get a cheap Michael Kors bag. Like, it's an authentic one that I bought, but it just ended up being cheap because it was like 2 years old or something like that. I bought a Michael Kors, so I'm just, it's Michael Kors. If it gets damaged or scratched or whatever, like, I won't think twice, or I won't think too hard about it, opposed to if I get my Louis scratched or anything like that. And that, you know, it's like different people buy for different reasons. And, you know, all the people were on there, and their biggest argument on my comment was, you buying replicas, not only is it illegal, but you're supporting really harsh Chinese labor. It's like, okay, everything has a pro and a con. You don't think that these artisans that hand stitch your bags are, you know, you don't think they're being treated unfairly? You don't think they're being abused? You don't think they get penalized harshly if anything goes wrong? If they fuck up one stitch, what do you think happens to them? They get probably ridiculed. And apart from that, what about the innocent animals that are dying every single day to make your mink, your shearling, your crocodile, Hermes bag, all these different things? All these animals are dying so that you can wear them and look fashionable. Bitch, what is the difference? You're telling me that you value one type of life over the other? It's like, it makes no sense. And by the way, because I don't give a fuck, I'm not gonna do research on this. I clearly told the girl, I'm like, okay, since this is such a big deal to you, why don't you go ahead and find me a link that I can click through and read about all the horrible things that happen to these little Chinese sweatshop workers that produce these replicas. Because as far as I know, replicas are made more so with machines, not handmade. But I'm not doubting that the working conditions aren't the best. But my whole thing is like, don't try to comment somebody crazy just because they're choosing to spend their money differently. And I think the most insulting thing was when people were on like my comments talking about, oh, buy what your money can afford. Bitch, if I really wanted that, I could have it. I always told myself I would never be that person that needs like a whole big collection. I mean, if I get to that point, well, not if, when I get to that point in my life where I have money out the ass to do things like that, and just buy a bag for the fuck of it, I will. But right now I'm not there. And there's so many other things that I could do with my money that I felt like, okay, well, spending another $500 to $1,000 on another luxury item isn't really ideal for me right now because I can use that money to do so much other things, you know? And people are like, oh, buy what your money can afford. Bitch, I can afford it if I want to. Anyone could afford it. It's called save up. It's not that hard. It's just, it doesn't make sense for me to save up and slave at work to buy something, and I'm making another company or corporation richer, and I'm doing nothing really to invest in myself. That's what it comes down to in the end. When I'm ready to purchase another luxury good, I will. Whether it's a SLG, an actual handbag, a charm, whatever the case is, when I'm ready, I will. But for right now, I have other things that I want to do with my money, and I think it's so rude when people try to get on the internet and try to dictate how you should spend your hard-earned money. It's like, I'm not telling you not to buy a $10,000 bag. It doesn't make sense to me to buy a $10,000 bag, and never say never, but I'm pretty sure I'm never gonna have the need or feel the need to spend $10,000 on a bag. But here I am, not judging you for you making that financial choice for your life. So don't turn around and try to make a financial choice for my life when you don't even know who I am and what I'm capable of. So that's my only thing. Like, am I the only one that gets annoyed with these like designer snobs, as I call them, that get on the internet and try to dictate how people should spend their money? I mean, I just get pissed off. I'm like, get out of here. I'm not telling you what to do with your money. Don't tell me what to do with mine. I'm clearly respecting your wishes to spend ridiculous amounts of money on regular items. So respect my wishes to invest in myself and my success and my business, and not necessarily waste that type of money when I can get the same look for way cheaper and have no problem telling someone whether it's real or fake. That's just my humble opinion. That is all I'm saying. So, hope this video wasn't too long. Always stay blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.